All right, so the easiest driving setup is not necessarily the fastest. I deleted my video of the easiest drive. It's just the default setting, and what you're going to see. The not easy one is the one that was the fastest, and I had to struggle to keep it on the track. And here's the not easy one. Big difference has made this super stiff, probably unnecessarily stiff. I think I maxed everything out. But I also have the car's nose a lot lower than the rear to give it a lot more turn in. And it also gave it a lot more top end. But trying to get this thing through these turns was extremely difficult. And it's basically because the engine being in the back, the rear end wants to walk around and meet up with the front of the car. So part of the way to help with this is on occasion you can keep, I call it a loaded braking setup. You can keep your foot just a little bit on the throttle while you're entering the brakes, and it just seems to keep the limited slip spooled up and ready to go, for lack of a better expression. This turn here and the previous one are hard. This dip, it was so easy to get into a bump oversteer mode, so just basically I had to make sure I was slowing down enough to go through it. I entered a race with this setup, ran 151 in the race, I think was my top, but I wiped out probably 3 times on that same turn, and still I think I still ended up in 5th. I started like in 10th, but everybody else was kind of doing the same thing, and of course the Corvettes were walking away from everybody. Corvettes were running like 147s, 148s, and I was struggling with my 151s if I felt good. This is another turn that I had to be careful of. Just give it a little bit of gas through the turn, and it's almost like hope for the best. But again, the fastest setting or setup is likely not going to be the easiest one to drive, and that's the thing that you probably have to get through your head. Is like, I borrow these setups, I get some professional guy's setup. Oh, it's terrible, it's hard to drive. It's just going to be that way, and there's not going to be a whole lot you can do to change it. Alright, so here's my setup, as terrible as it may be. And here are my super ultra stiff settings. I mean, they are, most of them are maxed out. And it was the only way I could keep the car from rolling with the severe rake. As you can see, my front end is down at a negative 1.18, my rear end negative 0.59, and 1 inch difference between the two, between the front and the rear. But it was the only way to get a better top speed. The more I leveled the car out, the slower the top speed was. Don't know why. And it created severe turn-in because of the rear being so high. But it was a price I had to pay. Still have not been able to. I have got into the 149s, the high 149s, but not consistently. So I'll still be working on this and see if I can come up with something better. But again, it just goes to show you, you're probably not going to get the fastest lap without doing some severe adjusting to your car. And a lot of those presets you may not like, but they might be the ones that you have to learn to drive and just keep it on the track, which is what we all want, right? You can see here my differential also maxed out, just because I kept getting so much, what would be the right word? The rear end would want to basically walk out to meet the front because the front end was already so low and the engine being in the back, and it helped level the car out at least a little bit. And that's how that goes. All right, enjoy.